Okay, my friends, this is another video that's reviewing the box method, which is very, very similar to the algorithm. It's just that instead of working it down, we work it across. So, in the box method, we are following the same steps that we would follow for the algorithm, with the only difference being maybe instead of bring down, it's bring over. Okay, so I'm going to show you again how that works. So first thing I do is I take my problem and I'm going to put it into boxes. I know I'm dividing by 3 no matter what in this problem, and that I have a 70 and a 2. So I have 7 tens and 2 ones. So I can think of it like that. So now I'm going to shrink it down to where it's just one box, and I'm going to follow my steps. 3 divided into 7. So remember, I'm thinking in this problem, 3 times what gets me as close to 7 without going over? And that missing factor is going to be my answer. I bet you guys know this one. 3 times 2, because 3 times 2 is 6, and I couldn't get any closer. So I did 3 divided into 7 is 2, because 2 times 3 is 6. Subtract, I have 1 left. I'm going to compare. I can see it's less than my divisor, so I'm ready to bring that over. With the box method, that's what we would do. So now, instead of it being a 10 and 2 ones, we're just going to make it 12. 12 ones. Now I've got a new number in this box. It's a 3. It's not a 3, it's a 12 that I'm still dividing by 3, which shouldn't be hard. Let's think about this. 3 divided into 12, 3 times what gets me as close to 12? Sing your 3 songs, whatever you need to do, but I bet most of you know the answer. That's right, it's 4. 3 divided into 12 is 4, because 4 times 3 is literally 12. I can't get any closer to 12 than 12. When I subtract, boop, I have nothing. I compare, it's less than my divisor. I happen to not have a remainder at all. My answer is just 24. I could even write that over here, 24. And if I want to check my work, the way that you check your work is that you multiply your quotient, your answer, by your divisor, the number you're dividing, and you should get what's inside the box. So if I went over to the side and I said 24 times 3, I say, all right, 3 times 4 is 12. Put the 2 down, regroup the 1. 3 times 2 is 6 plus the 1. Hey, it worked. I got 72. And that's how you can check it. So we're going to keep trying that. So my next box is going to be 4 divided into 96. So I want to make sure that my box is tall enough that I can do my work in it. So I know my divisor is 4, and I know I'm dealing with 9 tens and 6 ones. So now I'm going to treat it as just 9 tens. It's 4 divided into 9. Skip count by 4s. You can do this. All right, that's right. 4 divided into 9 is 2. Because 2 times 4 is 8, and 8 was as close as I could get. If I did 3 times 4, that'd be 12, and that's just too big. So 9 take away 8 leaves me with 1. I have 1 left. All right? I'm comparing it. It's less than my divisor, so I'm ready to bring it over. Weep. Now, instead of a 10 and 6 ones, I have 16. So I can divide 4 into 16. Oh, I love 4 into 16. 4 into 16. I know that one. Yep, it's 4, because 4 times 4 is 16. So 4 divided into 16 is 4, because 4 times 4 is 16. Can't get any closer to 16 than 16. And again, no remainder. I can see it's less. I am all good. So my answer was 24, my quotient. So again, the way I check it is I multiply my quotient by my divisor. It's like there's a little X right there. Oh, I'm multiplying. So if I come over here, I can check my work. 24 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. I put down the 6, bundle the 1. 4 times 8. 4 times 8. 4 times 2 is 8, plus the 1 is 9. Oh, there's my 96. It matched up. So I could check my work. All right, so now we're going to try one that's a little bigger. We're still dividing. In this case, it's 3 divided into 426. So this time, I have to have 3 boxes because I have 3 digits. I have to have the hundreds, the tens, and the ones. So I'm going to set this up. I'm going to make it just a little bit longer. I'm going to go, all right, I can do this. I'm dividing 3 as my divisor, the number I'm dividing by. I have a 426. So I'm going to shrink it back down now, make it easier. 3 divided into 4. Well, okay, how many 3s are in 4? 3 times what gets me as close to 4 without going over? That's right, there's only 1. If I put a 2 here, that'd be a 6, and I can't do that. Can't have 4 and take away 6. It would be too big. So 3 divided into 4 is 1, because 1 times 3 is 3. 3 was as close to 4 as I could get, leaving me with 1 left over. Now notice, I compare and it's less, so I'm going to bring over. When I bring it over, I'm making a new number here. Instead of this being an extra 100, I'm making it 10 tens. That would then make this 12 tens. But I could treat it just like a 12. That's what's so great about this. It's just a 12. 3 divided into 12. If I skip count, I know that answer. And hey, that one's convenient because I can't get any closer to 12 than 12. 3 divided into 12 is 4 because 4 times 3 is 12. When I subtract, I get nothing. I compare, well, nothing is definitely less than my divisor. Now here's where it gets tricky because look, I don't need to unbundle. There's nothing there, right? All I'm doing now is 3 divided into 6. If I brought that 0 over, is it going to change it? Nope, it's still just a 6. Okay, so even if you brought that 0 over, if you said, I'm going to bring it over just for fun, it's still just a 6. I think you all know what 3 divided into 6 is. 2. Because 2 times 3 is 6. I subtract and voila! Ta-da! I am done. Now, checking my work. So I said my quotient was 142. To check that, I'm going to multiply my quotient, my answer, by my divisor, and I should get what's in the box. 2 times 3 is 6. Put down the 6. 3 times 4 is 12. I'm going to put the 2 down. I'm going to bundle the 1 over here. 3 times 1 is 3, plus that 1 is up. 426. It worked. All right, last but most certainly not least. 4 divided into 355. Da, da, da. So in this one I'm thinking, how many 4s does it take? So I'm dividing by 4, so 4 times something is always going to get me as close to that number. I see a problem already. Wait a second. How is that? How can I do 4 divided into 3? I can't do that, can I? 4 times nothing is... Okay, so now, this is what happens when you get to a problem like this, and you are going to get to these problems. Same thing here. Remember when we were doing simpler problems and we said, oh, 4 can't divide 3. That does not work. So we would treat it like a 35. 4 can divide 35. I'm going to do the same thing in the box method. It doesn't work. So I'm just going to bundle that next door. So now instead of a 300, it's 35 tens. I can now divide 4 into 35. Okay? So it's the same idea. It didn't work there, so we move it over. Didn't work there, so we move it over. And then I can divide. Because after I bring over or down, I have to divide. 4 divided into 35. I went 3 times 9 and discovered that's 36, but guess what? That's too big, so it has to be 3 times 8, because 3 times 8 is 32, and that was as close as I could get. 4 divided into 35 is 8, because 8 times 4 is 32. That was as close, but I have some left over. I have 3 left over. I'm going to compare. It's less than my divisor, so I'm okay. So now I'm going to unbundle that. Hey, look at that. That looks familiar. And I'm going to tell you right now, that was totally on accident. So 3 came over here. Now it's just a 35. So I repeat, 4 divided into 35. Well, we already know it. It's 8. because 8 times 4 is 32. I subtract. Wait, I don't have a 0. I have something left over and I've got no more boxes. That's our remainder. And we always make sure that we put that up in our quotient. So if I was writing my answer, my quotient, I need to make sure I include that remainder. We will be working on division problems with remainders, so I wanted you to see how that works. All right, so there's another little sample of how to do our box method. And now that you've watched this video, if you are completely confused, watch it again. Try to do the problems and pause it. It might work better. All right, I'm silly, I know. See you later, alligators.